Where do you think, it's a two-parter, where do you think interest rates will be end of this year and at the end of next year? We'll start with our first-time home buyer.
Yeah. So we just
folk.
had a rate hike. The feds came out and announced. So, they said, oh, look, the job reports are still good, even though it was service industry, which is not really that good for us. So, so they raised again. So I think that we might see one more interest raise by the end of the year. But like I said, we just had a capital markets call, and my company is projecting, hopefully by Q1, we'll see a dip. What dip? I don't know. Right? Any dip would be a good dip, though, from where I'm at. So
you're going to get blown up by every mortgage loan officer that just made the cut. If you guys are watching any of the mortgage news right now, one of the reasons you're seeing a lot of craziness in the market is because they are slashing staff like you wouldn't believe. Yeah. It's absolutely wild. So you're going to get like 900 emails saying, oh my God, it's down a quarter point.
Yeah. My pipeline is just full of people that are just sitting and waiting. And I, encourage them too, if the numbers aren't, ideal, I don't want to push them forward now. I'm like, hey, as soon as rates drop, let's, so my whole pipeline is just full of people that are just waiting, to hit that perfect number or get close to it, or just be down before they were, to refinance, cash out, all that kind of stuff, or to move forward with some properties that have been looking for a particular property but are kind of holding off now. So it's going to be intense when it happens. So I'm going to rest up.
Yeah. All right, Zach, you got to hit this one on the button. I'm calling Quincy.
No, don't get Quincy involved. Right? But I believe that we're going to end this year still pretty high. I don't think we're going to get turned around super quickly. I think by end of 2023, we'll see a dip. I don't know if we're ever going to see it go back to, the twos. That may have been something that was a once in a generation dip. But I think hovering around 4 to 5 is a reasonable thing. Come maybe end in 2022, going in 2024, or 2023, going in 2024.
Yeah. Kathryn, you deal with all kinds of crazy investors, and so what?
Yeah, rates. I expect rates to go up further this year, no question, in my mind. They may or may not go down next year. If I had to guess, I'd say they might go up, certainly in the first half of next year, some more. That's my take. And it's really based more on supply and demand than anything else. I don't have a PhD in economics. There's a lot of smart people out there talking about it. By the end of next year, I really don't have any idea what will happen. But I do agree that the 2s and 3s are probably not coming again anytime soon. And that at some point, yes, we'll get back to 5 or 4. I just can't say whether that'll be by the end of next year or later than that.
Yeah.
My gut tells me later than that. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's like I feel like this industry, it's still a shot in the dark. I just have a little match right here.
Yeah, nobody knows how to predict it. It's too volatile. I mean, they don't, and nobody's seen anything like this. So nobody wants to make a direction on which way to go. So it's really hard to predict and plan.
And it's affected by international news, international events, COVID shutdowns in China, war in the Ukraine, things that we have absolutely no control over end up affecting interest rates. And who knows what's going to happen?
All right, Alex?
Okay.
I'm not hearing a lot of positive news over here from the 3 panelists, but maybe you can, maybe they're going to be 2% by the end of the year.
So, first, expect a rate increase probably in December and February. As they're going, they'll talk of softening that, but I'm prepared as a lender them going up 75 bips again, just preparing myself for it, because that increases my cost of capital, changes how I can loan to you. This is my own personal opinion, because like Kathryn said, it's based on all these variables. Depends on what happens in the midterms next week.
Oh, election. Yeah.
It happens, and no matter who wins, the other side is going to blame the other side for everything. Know that now, okay? So you're not. I personally don't see
substantial dip. I think you're going to see fluctuations of like, things going up and down because they're going to say it's stabilizing. So I think in 2023, you're going to see a lot of that. I personally don't believe you are going to see a substantial decrease in rates till Q3 of 26. And that's if the 24 election goes in a certain direction and that person gets inaugurated in January 25, and then they have to redo policy the rest of 25 if the House and Senate go along with it, and that brings into 26. That's why there's all these variables. So if those things go correctly in our favor for capital markets, my opinion is Q3 of 26. But there's a lot of things wrong that can go wrong, and a lot of things at play that you guys have already seen that you've never seen before in these markets. So that is an opinion. I hope I'm very wrong.
No, they said that too. There are going to be brief drops and dips, and so if you're shopping and you're good, you might be able to snag a good rate, but it won't be consistent as we were the first of this year.
I hope you guys tell me that I'm wrong and it's not Q3 of 26, but that's my own personal opinion.